Hey guys, welcome to Movies with Ari. I'm Ari and I'm so excited to review The Adjustment Bureau. So let's get into it. So the movie starts with the main character, David Norris, trying to run for New York Senate. While the election is going on, he goes to the men's bathroom to recite his speech, and Emily Blunt's character, Elise, finally emerges from one of the stalls, shocking David. Elise tells him, like it is, she is funny and different, and she also makes him realize to be honest during his speech and be an honest politician. During this whole interaction, they kiss each other and they end up falling in love with each other. So after meeting her, he goes to give his speech, even though he had lost the race. He goes and tells the world the truth behind politics and politicians and what they have to do. Like what color he should wear, or is the perfect scuff on his shoe for the worker man, but also to still get the elite people to vote for him. It's essentially just how he gets votes. And he tells the world, like, this is what we have to do, which doesn't bode well for his campaign people. His campaign people are really against this, but he does it anyways. Now, it's been some time since that election, and he is now leaving his place. He's supposed to spill his coffee before he gets on the bus. However, the person that was supposed to make him spill his coffee fell asleep. So he ends up on the bus anyways, and he meets Elise again. Elise gives him his number, and they have this really special interaction. I don't know if it's just Matt Damon and Emily Blunt. Like, this is my favorite movie with them. I think the play on dialogue and the play on character is so well done. It's really an amazing movie, but their dialogue throughout these scenes are just outstanding. It's one of my favorite things, and it makes it very believable. However, when David gets to the office, everyone is frozen, and these people are doing collaborations on them, kind of to reset these people so that they change their minds. Little things. David sees, and he is taken to a secure location. He wasn't supposed to see that. He was just supposed to spill his coffee, go back upstairs and change, and not make it to work on time. So at that point, they would have been gone. But because he didn't do any of that, he ended up seeing what was going on behind the curtain, which is this Adjustment Bureau. And he learns about the Adjustment Bureau and that they are trying to keep him away from Elise, that they're not supposed to be together, and that they end up destroying her number and he can't get in contact with. So Anthony Mackie's character, which is the guy that was supposed to make him spill his coffee, Harry, gives David a location to meet him on a boat. He explains to David that they're just trying to keep them on plan. It's very hard for them to track you on water for whatever that reason is. So now 3 years later, he still hasn't found Elise until he sees her walking on the side of the street, and he still takes the bus every day in hope that she'll be on the bus or that he'll see her. So he finally sees her on the side of the street, and the Adjustment Bureau starts getting antsy because if they kiss, if they have a real kiss, then everything is above basically their pay grade. They can't make an adjustment. So as time goes on, the Adjustment Bureau eventually finds out that David and Elise are actually supposed to be together. They're meant to be together. And apparently in an earlier set of the plan, they were supposed to live together and be happy. But at some point, the plan changed, and she wasn't supposed to be with David anymore. She was supposed to be with this other guy. But they continue to keep them apart because if they are together, he will never become a president later on in life. And that's the ultimate goal, is him to become a president. But in small doses, she used to be a cure and she was great for him. But in large doses, she actually hurts him in the long run, and it doesn't actually help him to become a president. She becomes more of a loose cannon, just like he is. But in the same token of like his dreams die, so does she. She's a contemporary dancer, and if she stays with him, she ends up teaching dance to like 5-year-olds or like small kids, versus becoming like the sensation that she's supposed to be if they stay together. So he goes to see her dance after a speech he gives. And when she was dancing, she ends up spraining her ankle, and he brings her to the hospital. And luckily it was just a sprain. But he leaves her in the hospital, which honestly is probably the worst thing he could have done. But he leaves her in the hospital because he felt like, due to what the Adjustment Bureau was telling him, that you see, if you stay with him, you hurt her, she hurts you. That's how it's gonna go. So you can't be together. So he got scared because the Adjustment Bureau was like, I'm going to keep you away from him. When in actuality, her falling and spraining her ankle wasn't her doing. It was the Adjustment Bureau's doing. They did that to make him scared. So he would walk away from Elise, essentially, so she could go about her life and he could go about his, and he can eventually become president. Because this is all part of the plan. So 11 months later, he is campaigning, but still has never forgot her. So Harry, again, Anthony Mackie's character, contacts David again to help him. He feels like this isn't right. Like, is it really right keeping these two people apart when they really want to be together? He goes against what the Adjustment Bureau is trying to make him do and decides that he's going to teach him about how to use the hats and the doors. So the hats that the Adjustment Bureau wear allow them to go through doors and travel through different locations. So you could be on Fifth Avenue and end up on Ellis Island. Or you could be on Ellis Island and end up in Yankee Stadium. There's so many different ways that this works, but these doors allow you to get to different places faster. And so he teaches him about the doors and gives him a hat. And Elise is trying to get married to this other guy because that's just what she feels is right at this point, given that David had left her in the hospital. But he ends up in the bathroom trying to stop her from getting married. And he says, if you have no feelings for me at all, then great. I'll walk out this door and I'll let you live your life. But if you have any doubt whatsoever about what you're doing now, I need you to come with me because I need to show you this. And essentially she does go with him because she I don't think really loves the other guy. She's just doing it to be with someone. Essentially, more so, not that she didn't love him, but I think she loves David more. And that's who she really wants to be with. That's her purpose. That's her true love. And so she eventually takes his hand and says, okay. So he brings her through the doors. And I think it overwhelms her. And she's like, what is going on? And he goes, look, we have to keep moving. These people are after us. And this is what's going to happen if we don't keep moving. I need you to understand. So he does expose them, which is, if he exposes them, then he gets a reset. And that was the big problem because he was going to question this his whole life. So essentially Harry shows up and it's suspected that he might be the chairman. But the plan was rewritten and now they will continue life together as many lifetimes together and not be apart from each other. But Harry eventually says, no, I'm not the chairman, but you have met him or her. They come to everyone in a different form. They're not always the same person. And you have met them, but he was not the chairman. So this is an interesting concept. And I think this film is really special. There's something very unique about it. And as I talked about earlier, it's not only like the way it's filmed, but it's this dialogue, the way the actors present and perform this movie. I mean, it's just outstanding. The way the dialogue is given, the way it's just written itself, the way it's filmed. I think everything is just very unique in how they get to play off of each other. And I also think it's a unique concept. I think the concept of the movie is unlike something I've seen before, which I think makes it really special. And I think that's why I house it so close to my heart. Like, because this is my favorite Matt Damon and Emily Blunt movie. Like, I could rewatch this movie 100 times. I never get sick of it because I just think it's so good. But I think what's really neat is if you could imagine your fate is determined by this Adjustment Bureau, that your life, your choices, all you have, and to find out you actually have no free will whatsoever. How would you feel in that situation? Because honestly, like, I do believe in fate and destiny, and I think that plays a part, but I can't imagine that there's an adjustment bureau that has planned everything out for you. I don't know if I can believe that I have no free will to make my own decisions or choose who I want to be with or things like that. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. And I'm really interested to know what y'all think about this. And I think it's really interesting, like, this adjustment bureau can take all that you care about because it is by their design. This is how they are. They can take everything you know and love and destroy it just because that's how they are designed to keep you on the path. So another question is our fate already planned out before us? And what did you guys think about the concept of this movie? Did you like it as much as I did? Did you like it less than I did? I'm really interested to know. I have to give this movie a 5 out of 5. I honestly adore it so much. I think it's good. I don't think there's anything that you could have done to make it better, in my opinion. I think it is perfect just the way it is. I don't think any dialogue needed to change. I think the only thing I would have liked to know is who the chairman was. That's what I would have liked to know. I think or try to see, like, I've tried to go back and watch and see if I can catch who the chairman is or take a wild guess at who it is. Because I'm sure that person crosses through the film, but I just don't know who it is. And I haven't figured it out yet. But I think that's the only thing I would want to know. But other than that, I think it's very unique that they kept the mystery. So I don't think I would really change anything out of this movie. That's why I want to give it a 5 out of 5. I think the movie is so unique and the concept is so unique that this adjustment bureau can just be in your life and this is how it is. So another question I have for you, is our fate already planned out for us? And what do y'all guys think about this movie and the concept of the movie? Do y'all like it as much as I did? Do you like it less than I did? What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below because I'm really interested. And also, please comment down any movies or TV shows y'all are interested in me reviewing as well. And as always, I'll see you on the next one, guys.